Hey, kia ora, Helen Brahms here, coming to you live from Mesa in Arizona. Oh, damn, still left my hair up. Oh, ah, sorry, had to have it up, and oh, that looks even worse. Hang on, quick hairstyle change. I know my friend Casey hates it when women play with their hair on the. Anyway, good morning. Welcome to Serenity Sunday. Hope you're all having a super fantastic, sparkling start to the day. We've had an awesome start. Last night we went to sleep. We were serenaded to sleep by the pitter patter of the rain on the roof. It's awesome. Then we were gently awoken with the pitter patter of rain on the roof. I tell you, going to sleep and waking up with the rain is just amazing. I don't know about you, but I find it such a soothing sound. And the fact that it's Sunday today and we've got like 80% chance of rain, there's going to be rain showers throughout the entire day. Some will be heavy, some will be light. I'm just sort of like, oh, the perfect day to curl up in front of a fireplace, which I don't have, and just eat bowls of ice cream, which I don't have. So I'm sort of like, okay, when it's raining, I can't really watch movies because I've got to have the volume up so high, and I have no way to connect my noise cancelling headphones to my TV. I have no way to do that. So I've got to figure that one out, but not today because today's all about rest and relaxation. So that probably means that I will put my noise cancelling headphones on, listen to some audiobooks while I do some puzzles, maybe take a snooze. I don't know. Might have to do some housework. I still haven't done my dishes from yesterday or the day before, so I definitely have to do those today. And I was going to go do some laundry, but with the rain being on and off all day, that's not going to be an issue. That's not going to get done today because the laundry is about a 10-minute walk from here. Somewhere between 5 and 10 minutes to walk from here to the laundry. And yeah, I don't want to get caught in a downpour. We just got back from a walk, and I had to put the awning out because Steffi wouldn't go outside because it was raining. And so once I put the awning out, I could get her then outside. But now she's standing on a wet mat, and she doesn't like that. She doesn't like getting her feet wet. And but then when we went for a walk, she's walking along. She's got her head down. She's got her ears pinned down. Yeah, she was not a happy camper about having to go walk in the rain. But then it started to lighten up while we were outside, and it actually stopped while we were outside. And so we were able to take her to the dog park, let her run around for a bit, go for a walk, and get back. And she was mainly dry by the time we got back, so we didn't have to towel her off. Sometimes she likes and sometimes she doesn't. She definitely does not like a hairdryer. If I take her to the groomers, I have to tell them do not use a hairdryer on her. She does not like it. I said you're going to have to towel dry her as best you can because she just doesn't like the noise of the hairdryer. But we're just going to kick back and relax today, stay snugly warm inside, and just relax, stay offline as much as possible. I do have my planning to do. We got up really late this morning because when you got woken up by the rain, it was just so nice and relaxing, and bed was so cozy. And inside the RV, we were sitting at around 58, yeah, 58. And so I was just like, it's cozy. And Zippy had her she had her body out of the blanket and her head underneath the blanket. And she was out to it. She wasn't interested in getting up, moving around, or anything else. I thought, fine, you're going to laze away there. I'm going to laze away for a bit too. So we finally got up about an hour ago. And got dressed and all that and went for our walk. And now we're back. So now it's brunch time, lunchtime, breakfast time. I don't know. Haven't decided what I'm going to have yet. But we'll figure out something. I've got some yogurt. Have you ever noticed if you ever done binges on programs like on certain programs, like we're doing Burn Notice right now, I watch like 2 to 3 episodes a night. Okay, not exactly binge watching, but I watch 2 to 3 episodes every night. And it's the only show I'm watching right now. So occasionally I'll say, oh, it's early enough, we'll have a movie, and then we'll watch 1 or 2 episodes afterwards, depending what time the movie finishes, and if we feel like watching it. But the guy eats a hell of a lot of blueberry yogurt in that program. And I just had this hankering for yogurt. So when I got groceries last week, I ordered different flavored yogurts. Of course, I totally forgot about the blueberry. But yeah, I've been enjoying having yogurt. My yogurt is my dessert each evening. So instead of having ice cream, I'm having Greek yogurt, plain Greek yogurt. And I'll throw things in there like dried cranberries, or that's what I've got over there that I can throw in. Dried apricots, I chop them up and throw them in there. I have raw unsweetened coconut shredded coconut that I can throw in there. So I can go and make my own with the plain Greek, and it's the plain Greek full fat yogurt. I don't like the non-fat stuff. But the plain full whole milk Greek yogurt, and you just throw what you feel like in there, and different flavors every night. There's some chocolate chips get thrown in there almost every night because you've got to have I have chocolate, and I have chocolate on my breakfast. Chocolate at the end of the day. It's all good. Yeah, if I had too much chocolate, I would. If I had too much chocolate in the RV, I'd be eating a lot of chocolate. So I limit. I'm very good at limiting myself. As long as I have my minimum standard for every day, we're good. So yeah, so chocolate gets thrown in there. Craisins get thrown in there, chopped up. Um, Apricots get thrown in there. Banana, if I have any bananas, that gets thrown in there. Chopped up apples is another one. Um, So yeah, you can make all sorts of different flavors, and I have a little honey if I want to sweeten it. I've got some raw honey. I love raw honey. That's one stuff that hasn't been processed. Yeah, processing takes away some of the flavor. But yes, I have raw honey that I can use there and a little bit as a sweet. And I know it's sugar based and all of that, but I like my honey. Don't like putting sugar into yogurt, so I do it with honey. Or agave nectar. I don't have any agave nectar though. I might have to get some next time I do shopping. But anyway, so I have no idea how I got. Oh yeah, because we're watching Burn Notice. So my brain is still fried from yesterday. It is still playing catch up from yesterday. So today's planning session that I'm going to do is going to be extra long because we had to set 30-day goals. And some people set 14-day goals, but no longer than 30 days was our longest that we were allowed to set a goal for. So I've got all my goals written out. I've got my work list written out for next week. Now I have to go and block it into the calendar. So today it will be a day of planning. I'm going to strip my calendar down to where I have blocks in for certain things and move them around so that I can so I can get more use out of my day. And time blocking your calendar is something that always requires refinement. You get once you get the basics down, you can then go and once you get the basics down, everything else will flow. And you will have to make tweaks and changes each week to get time blocks in there that you need to do certain tasks and stuff. So I have my list today. I have my goals listed out. And so now it is going to be a matter of going into, and yes, I do this electronically because it's easier to move the blocks around. Then I go write it in my planner. So I'll go into my Google Calendar and I will play around with the blocks and the times and put in there exact, stuff I have to do. Like I have, what I have to do this week. I've got a couple of phone calls I have to make this week, which knowing the companies I have to call, I am putting out into the universe that the calls will take no longer than 30 minutes. And when you hear, a cell phone, I've got to call a cell phone company today for some issues that I have with the billing on that. And we know what cell phone companies are like, but I am putting out into the universe that everything is going to go super smoothly and it is going to get resolved in 30 minutes. That is what I'm doing. I'll probably put an hour in the calendar for it, but my expectation is it to be resolved within 30 minutes. Well, I'm pretty sure it's written into their job description about how to delay people on phones. But we're not worrying about that. We're going to get the right person on the phone who's going to go, oh, yes, ma'am, we can take care of that. Done. Why, thank you very much. So, yes. So that is my expectation on that. And then I'm looking at taking Friday off to go house hunting. So we'll see how that goes. But I still don't really know where I want, and I'm not really being pulled in any one direction. And this is what's frustrating me at the moment is that I'm looking for a place to get a home to have as a home base that I can use during the winter months, so that during some months I can go tripping around and things, and but have that permanent home base during the winter months. But the thing that I'm having right now is I'm not feeling any pull in any one direction. Of where I want to go. I want to be close to California, so that leaves me either Nevada or Arizona, and only leaves me certain places because I don't want to be too far away. I want to be less than a day's drive to San Diego and LA. I want to be less than a day's drive to those places. So it's sort of like, well, where do I go? Nothing feels really, I guess I just got to go out and have a feel for the area and tootle around a little bit and see if I feel a pull. Like I hear really good names and I hear good things about places, and I've been looking up the reports on about the communities and things like that, and but nothing's really standing out. I mean, logically I know where I want to go, but it's here that's not helping. It's in the heart. It's it's knowing what my travel parameters are going to be. Like I want to be close to San Diego to see the grandkids, to be able to travel to see the grandkids. So that only leaves me a certain radius that I can go away, and I don't want to be more than a day's drive away. Um, so it's sort of like looking at what's in that circle, and nothing's really like standing out going, "Hey, pick me, pick me, pick me." So I think we're gonna have to go for a drive around different areas, see what's available, see what communities are available, and that sort of thing, and get a feel for them within those areas. And I don't know, it's a process. It's a process. I don't know what she's running. What are you running away from? So anyway, so I'm kind of putting out in the universe what I want in a place and when I want it by, and we'll see what happens. But yeah, so I got a couple of things I have to do today, and then my planning is one of them. So that's it from me for today. I'm then going to probably sit down and read some more of my Tom Sawyer book, since I only have 2 weeks before we have our first book club meeting. So you still have time to join the book club too. So I think I'll put the link for the book club in the comments there, and so that you can come join us in the Love to Read Classics book club, where we're reading Tom Sawyer, and we ask questions in there about Tom Sawyer or about Samuel L. Clemens. Like we'll put fun facts in there about the books or about their lives, and then put a question in there that can relate it back to genealogy and your family tree. So it's kind of fun going in and digging, and yeah, it's part of the genealogy thing, digging into somebody's life and finding out little things about them, and finding out fun facts, and picking random pages within his autobiography to see. But one thing I did find out about his autobiography, which I thought was really, really cool, is he wrote his autobiography knowing that nobody would read it while he was alive, but he did not want it published until he had been dead 100 years, because that way anybody mentioned in the book would also be dead. I thought that's kind of cool in a way, but then he wouldn't. Then, like I said, he wouldn't be around to take any of the flack about his book. But he left behind his book with strict instructions that it was not to be released until he had been gone 100 years, because then everybody else mentioned in the book would also be gone. And I thought, well, how considerate is that? Because now nobody could come back and say, well, that wasn't true. And you see a lot of autobiographies or biographies that have been put out today about people who are still living, and about some of the flack they get about them when they get people that they've mentioned in the book who come back, that's not true, and they start getting all this flack and all that. And I thought, he was very smart. He said, nobody can publish my memoirs until I've been dead 100 years. Oh, that is pretty smart. Which is why if you were looking for anything on Mark Twain, like his autobiography, it wasn't published until 2010, because that's when he passed away. April 21st, 1910 is when he passed away, so his book was published on his 100th anniversary of his passing. I thought that was pretty good. That was pretty cool. So anything that was written on Mark Twain before then was not written by him, because his estate had strict instructions. He had to be gone 100 years before they could publish his autobiography. How cool is that? What quirky stories do you have in your family tree? That would be a cool story to have in your family tree. But what quirky things do you have in your family tree? Do you have somebody who was a spy? I have a fourth great grandfather who listed on one of the census reports that he was a foreign agent. But then that was on the, which was that on? His marriage, it was on his son's marriage certificate, I think it was. And then on the census, he was written on, it was either the census or the marriage certificate, I can't remember which. But my fourth great grandfather on one census, it was his wife was listed as the wife of, he was listed as the wife of a jeweler on the census. Then on his son's marriage certificate, he was listed as a foreign agent. And I was like, ooh, I got a spy in the family. No wonder I have all this mystery and stuff about it. But then I finally figured out when I found the census report with the jeweler on there, I was like, foreign agent as in a foreign salesperson, somebody who would get on the ships, go sailing across the seas, from England to the eastern countries and that, to India and to China and Japan and all that, do their trading there and then bring the stuff back to England. Well, that's probably what they meant about foreign agent. Burn it. But I still like the idea of the fact that maybe he was a spy. So the imagination running wild. What can I say? Anyway, I'm out of here. Got to go get my breakfast, brunch, lunch, whatever. Get some food. And then do my planning so I can kick back, relax, and enjoy the rest of the day. Let us know what you're doing today to kick back, relax, and enjoy the day and unplug. And we will catch you guys later today. He konera.